see a paragraph about how to do that I have mentioned below this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell button icon. Please meditate and stay calm while you are choosing. You can also refer to the timestamps. So we have 15 groups here, as you can see. Please stay calm and meditate. Try to choose one number or two or three numbers. This will help you know your major psychic abilities or your psychic powers or your psychic gifts, whatever you call it. So please choose one group. As you can see all the groups on your screen, and then you can fast forward this video by referring to the timestamps. For those who chose group number 1, we have 5 cards here. This gift is about the opportunity to broaden your horizons, to expand your soul consciousness, and to evolve spiritually. You connect with your inner self and you get to realize the fact that the soul is immortal and you never really die. You connect with the true source of yourself. This is a very unique path which people usually don't follow or care about. This is the path which people usually don't trust, but you are here to follow this path. This is about discovering the mysterious side of you and the mysterious side of this world. You want to discover something new. You are getting into something which people called an illusion, something which people usually don't trust in, but you are excited about discovering this unique path. People might think that you are chasing fantasies which are not even reality, but you have a deep longing to search this, to go on this journey and search this field. This is about connecting to the light source and having a sense of feeling like coming back home, feeling like you belong there, feeling your connection with the light source and your origin. This is about celebrating yourself and allowing positivity and abundance come into your life. This is about enjoying learning something rather than feeling burdened by it, practicing something which you will enjoy for the long term and keep on doing it as a hobby or something that is bringing a lot of happiness to your soul. This is about celebrating your uniqueness and allowing yourself to be yourself and feel positive about yourself. This is about magic and believing the fact that you can manifest whatever you want. And we have divination. Divination is the practice of seeking knowledge of the future and the unknown by the supernatural means. Divination is the path which involves using our psychic powers or abilities through certain tools. One can do divination through tarot cards or can indulge in other practices. If you chose this group, then it means you are born for this. You are born to practice and indulge in this path, and this is a confirmation. And I'm sure you would have chosen other numbers too with this group. So it can go simultaneously together with some other number. There are many different methods of divination that you may choose to use in your magical practice. Some people opt to try many different types, but you may find that you are more gifted in one method than others. So take a look at some of the different types of divination methods and see which works best for you and your abilities. And remember, just like with any other skill set, practice makes you perfect. You can indulge in divination through tarot cards and doing their readings and other types of witchcraft stuff, reading tea leaves or doing runes readings, and pendulum divination, and some people indulge in osteomancy, which is reading the bones, and reading divination with stones, which is called lithomancy. And then you can do scrying, which can be through water or through the and you can indulge in numerology, automatic writing. So you can find any way to indulge in divination. There are various methods of divination. For those who chose group number 2, we have 3 cards here. This ability is all about bringing light into the life of people. This is about bringing positivity, feelings, and abundance in the life of people, making the life of people easy and peaceful, even though people feel as if it is not the right time for them, even if people feel like things are going wrong and the time is not right in their life and they are feeling low, depressed, or out of control. You make things work out and make it feel as if it is the right time, and you make things happen for them. You are someone who is very hardworking, grounded, and know how to take care of people. You are someone very nurturing and protective. You are a doer and you have a lot of willpower. You bring so much light in the life of people. This is your capability. You are someone very strong and you have a lot of strength. And we have shaman. So this is your ability. A shaman is a person regarded as having access to and influence in the world of good and evil spirits. Typically, such people enter a trance state during a ritual and practice divination and healing. So, we often call shaman as medicine man or medicine woman, and basically, these people are healers. Shamans work with the spirit or the soul. They heal illness at the soul level. They gain knowledge and insight from working with the spirits of nature, such as rocks and trees, the land, and they gain knowledge from working with spirits of animals and humans, such as their ancestors. Shamans may be indulging in soul retrieval, extraction, depossession, and basically working with the death and dying and with the land. So you can search more about it, and I'm planning to upload a YouTube video discussing it. For those who chose group number 3, we have 5 cards here. This is about creating a point where two things meet at the same time. The point where order and chaos meet, the core of human experience. So this is what the first card is representing. The second card talks about there is a need to produce something tangible or to set something on permanent foundations that will last a long time. This is a matter of fact energy requiring all that is stable and fixed. The third card is talking about the fact that the matter involves flexible and clever talking, reading, or searching for knowledge, but without the need to get emotionally involved. It also talks about finding it difficult to attach to something and stay with it forever. This card also talks about making sure that you are not being told stories that are not exactly truthful. And this card indicates that a fluid, witty, changeable, or stimulating exchange is possible. The next card talks about progressing forward and never giving up, doing something continuously and progressing it, connecting links and observing whatever happened in the past and connecting it to the future. It talks about devoting your time to something and keep on doing something while taking care of the other party. And the next card we have is physical mediumship. So this is your psychic ability, which I was discussing through the other cards, and the other cards are describing this ability very nicely. Physical mediumship involves spirit using the energies of a psychic medium to produce physical effects, things which can be witnessed and seen or heard by everyone in the room at the time. I suggest you search about your psychic ability over the internet and you will find various methods for it and a lot of information on it. So let's move on to next group. So group number 4, we have 4 cards here. I think you are someone who very easily develops insecurities and fears about issues in their life, and you get very much affected by the insecurities and fears of other people. You are very sensitive and you have a hard time dealing with your negative energy. And I'm also seeing that you might be someone who is not able to accept themselves or not able to see the uniqueness of yourself, and maybe sometimes you are not able to stand for yourself. Often you find yourself feeling helpless and following the lead of other people, finding yourself trapped in the belief systems of the society. You often find a hard time using your intuition and trusting yourself. And this card we have is, so you are someone who is intuitive but not psychic. Your psychic abilities have still not developed, although you are working on your intuition. And this is because of the problems that I talked about. But don't worry, because we have the recovery card here. So you have the opportunity to recover and you can develop your psychic abilities with time. But right now you are just intuitive, not psychic. Group number 5, we have 4 cards here. So the first card is of the Lord Shiva, and he is also acknowledged as the cosmic dancer because he helps coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. So basically this card is talking about some kind of interaction, conversation, some message being received. The next card is the Mother Mary card, and I believe it specifically represents here that when you receive the message, it is the time when you let go of the conflict or the need to be right. You do not fight against the message because you know it is the divine guidance that you are receiving through your psychic senses, through your psychic ability of this group, and you let yourself hear the message which comes from your inner voice. And this message is very sudden and comes in a buzzing way or falls off slowly like water flowing down. And this message is not just sudden but also sometimes very loud or noisy, or sort of coming at you during the most unwanted times, for example like before going to sleep. So the next card we have here is clairaudience. So yes, this is your psychic ability. You are clairaudient, and these cards perfectly described your psychic ability. Clairaudience means clear hearing. Clairaudience is a psychic ability that means you can receive intuitive information from your higher self, those in heaven, and members of your spiritual team through hearing. So you might hear sounds, voices, words, or music, but generally the message is heard internally in your head, and that's how it makes sense to you. So you can search more about it on Google, and I'm planning to make a video which can describe it in detail. But otherwise you can check out my video titled Who is a Psychic Medium, where I discuss all the clues. So this video might help you, and the link to this video which I had posted previously is in the description box below. Group number 6, we have 4 cards here. So this ability is all about being playful but carefully, taking limited and calculated risk, and dreaming big and manifesting your dreams, all about law of attraction and manifestation powers. It's about magic, obviously, with the magician card. A lot of magic and being playful but responsible at the same time. Manifestation of dreams. And the card that we have here is conjuration. So, conjuration is often referred to as evocation. Evocation or conjuration is the act of calling upon or summoning a spirit, demon, god, or other supernatural agent. Comparable practices exist in many religions and magical traditions and may employ the use of mind altering substances with and without uttered word formulas. So you can search more about this topic over the internet, and this is what the basic meaning of this says. It's something like witchcraft or magic stuff, but this is the exact word which is used. So group number 7, we have 3 cards here, and the first card talks about being more alert than someone usually is, an increased sense and a lot of energy, but all happening on the inside. So it talks about staying in tune or touch with what is happening with people on the inside. You can look at someone, observe them, and know how they are feeling or thinking, what is going on with them. And with the Queen of Swords, you do understand what they are feeling, and you put your own logic to further question their feelings and intentions. You know when someone is lying or not. Also, you believe in creating healthy boundaries so that people do not overwhelm you with their negative energy, especially narcissist people. And the card that we have here is emotional empaths. So obviously empaths are very famous all over the internet now. People discuss about the problems that empaths face, being very sensitive. There are some people who are naturally empathetic, meaning they are more instinctively inclined to step into another person's shoes. These are the listeners, the feelers, and the ones you turn to in times of trial. People with strong empathy skills are able to step outside of their own experiences and understand what you're saying, thinking, and feeling. Empathy is a trait that anyone can learn, but natural empaths have a unique ability to go below the surface and see your soul and accept where you are. So I'm going to make a video about this and post on YouTube very soon, and I hope this has helped. Group number 8, we have 3 cards here. The first card talks about going on a journey, which is a peaceful journey to discover something new while enjoying the process. It talks about going in the state of trance or meditation and be feeling peaceful on the journey of discovering. This is about manipulation or stimulation to receive the information, and this can also refer to using tarot cards. And the next card we have here is mental mediumship. So this is the psychic ability for this group. Mental mediums purportedly tune into the spirit world by listening, sensing, or seeing spirits or symbols. Group number 9, we have 4 cards here. You might be someone who indulges in overthinking or loves overthinking any situation. Maybe you are someone very creative in your head and you love having debates with yourself in your mind. You spend time alone. Maybe you are introvert and just overthink. You love to think a lot, and You understand the fact that there is a necessity to find balance in this. You understand that overthinking can lead to depression and suicidal thoughts, so you often go out in nature or try to relax and stop yourself from overthinking these situations to find the inner guidance in your mind, and you find the solution very quickly after you give time to yourself to relax and just calm down instead of overthinking too much. You seem to just know the information somehow. The guidance come to you somehow automatically. You just know it. You have a feeling of know it, and these downloads come in your head. And the card that we have here is clear cognizance. So clear cognizance is often referred to as clear knowing or clear recognition. Clear cognizance is simply knowing it through some gut instinct without any evidence. Clear cognizance know specific things through their own psychic feelings, which are directly manifested as thoughts. This can be information and facts that seem to be downloaded into the awareness. It can also be perceptions and insights regarding people and circumstances. Often, this takes the form of a strong sense of knowing or an inspired idea. You can find out more about clear cognizance by watching my video in which I have talked about it. I have put the link of it in the description box below, so you can go ahead and watch it. Group number 10, we have 4 cards here. So your ability is about having a divine side. You see the divine in everyone. And the second card talks about the fact that you are blessed with majesty, vision and power. So you can see that it refers to seeing something with the 5 of cups, something emotional, or seeing the spirits or gods in their form, seeing the light workers, ascended masters, and these visions occur to you maybe at the most unexpected times, and they keep changing and they are all different. And the next card that we have here is clairvoyance. So clairvoyance is your psychic ability, and the cards I have discussed were talking about this only. Clairvoyance means clear vision. Clairvoyance is the alleged ability to gain information about an object, person, location, or physical event through extrasensory perception. Any person who is claimed to have such ability is said accordingly to be clairvoyant. So one who sees clearly, and for this people have their third eye opened. You can get to know more about clairvoyance by referring to the video which I had recently posted. I have put the link of the video in the description box below, so you can watch it. It is titled Who is a Psychic Medium, where I discuss all the clairs. Group number 11, we have 4 cards here. This ability is about flying objects. As you can see in this card, flying objects with the help of your brain power, and you choose on your own which objects you want to fly with the choice card. So it is always your choice. And with the King of Wands reversed, it is always your motivation behind making these objects fly, and your feelings of happiness and joy, your positivity, which further increases the chances of outcome. And the card that we have here is telekinesis. So the cards I explained were talking about the same thing. You must be having your third eye open, because that is how people perform telekinesis. Telekinesis is also known as psychokinesis. It is an alleged psychic ability allowing a person to influence a physical system without physical interaction. It is the supposed ability to move objects at a distance by mental power or other non-physical means. For those who chose group number 12, we have 4 cards here. This ability is about connecting with the divine source and you experience love and light during the process. It is almost playful or a feeling of lightness in the air, and you share and we share a sort of past life relationship, a connection to the divine source because God has always been there with us. The ascended masters, angels, and spirit guides have been here with us. And the Two of Swords reversed represents someone who is doing two duties at the same time, not just handling your life but also sending you messages, allowing you to receive those messages. And the next card that we have here is mediumship, wherein specifically channeling. So this is your psychic ability. You do channeling. Channeling is basically a form of mediumship. Channeling can be seen as the modern form of the old mediumship, where the channel or the channeler purportedly receives messages from teaching spirit or ascended master, from God or from an angelic entity, but essentially through the filter of his own waking consciousness or higher self. Group number 13, and we have 4 cards here. The first card here talks about someone who has to trust their ability, and at the same time the other person who has to surrender and allow you to do it. Somewhere this person has to surrender. And then the second card also shows someone in the chariot card, someone who is mentally trying to manipulate and do something, engage in some kind of conversation, choosing a direction in his mind. And with the devil card, it shows that it often represents boundary violations, trying to enter someone's mind, and you have to trust yourself to do it, and the other person has to surrender themselves to allow it. And the card that we have here is telepathy. So obviously the three cards were describing this perfectly. Telepathy is Telepathy is a Greek word which means feeling, perception, passion, affliction, experience. It is the purported transmission of information from one person to another without using any known human sensory channels or physical interaction. Telepathy is the supposed communication of thoughts or ideas by means other than the known senses. People doing telepathy are known as telepaths. Telepathy is the ability to transmit words, emotions, or images to someone else's mind. So you are someone who has a lot of gratitude for life. You bring waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement and works with all people and anyone else who needs support in channeling their talents. You do anything with your heart for anyone. You are kind to people and want to love them and want to take care of them. Whatever you do for them, you do it with your heart. You do it with your motherly feelings. You are nurturing and very emotional person. And the card that we have here is clear sentience. So this is your ability. So in group number 14 we have 3 cards and all of them are talking about clear sentience. Clear sentience is the power to feel beyond the physical real feeling energy. Often confused with empathy, clear sentience is rather the root of all the feeling. This ability is useful when trying to sense energy within objects, substances, or any other types of energy that can be controlled. as it will be easier to get these feelings the more practice you put in it. For those who chose group number 15, we have 3 cards here. So this is the ability where you feel a strong pull from your soul to do something, to take action, to start writing. This is the ability which is about getting your hands on the pen and start writing something. You have to understand it, but you have to write it first. You feel burdened in a way, in a sense that you have this strong feeling of start writing and you have a lot to write. Maybe you are not even conscious of what you are writing, and later on you have to understand it. So the card that we have here is Psychographer, and all the 3 cards are describing this ability perfectly. So basically, Psychographer is an ability where a medium is able to psychograph, which means to have one's body possessed by spirits in order to let them write text in the physical world. And this is what I was describing through cards also. And a psychographer is basically a medium who produces psychographs.